Good morning. Yeah, we're here on the Favoto, and I'm going to start off here and pass one gear too. Oh gosh, yeah, it has quite a bit more power. We'll kick up the pass levels here to pass two, and I have adjusted these pass levels down, but as you can see here, well, yeah, I guess it's been a while since I rode this bike, but it does kind of remind me that it does have more power than the Hemiway. Here I'm up into pass 4, and we're kicking along going 8 miles an hour, and I'm just basically just rotating the pedals. Nothing real I guess we're in gear 4 and kicking right along 11-12 miles an hour, just barely getting on it here. This is an older model that has the cable pull brakes, but hey. And as for the throttle on this one, well, it works just fine. It's very gradual. If you twist on it just a little bit, it gives a little bit of power. It gives full power when you kick on it full, but minimal slow power as you go down. Even just barely cracked, it's moving me along at 8 miles an hour. So hey, the throttle on this one works good. This bike is kind of like one of the earlier Hemiway designs that they quit making long ago. It is a hardtail, but you know, that's fine. I'll go up here to the same spot or similar spot for pictures, because hey, I want to get some pictures on it here. Oh, and check out that cool display. Yeah, this one has that neat display with the blue lines on it here. Pass. It isn't as fancy as the other one. It came with this fine phone holder, you know. It is what it is. You know, it was free, so we can't complain too much. But it also has Tektro brakes on it, but they are mechanical. Take a look at this guy. And you know what? This one came with a derailleur guard. And it has one of the old Shimano tourney derailleurs on it. And I thought I needed another one, but it didn't. I adjusted a little bit, and hey, works just fine and dandy. But yeah, that's my Favoto Flow. And yeah, here we are out here on the Favoto Flow. It does have a little more power. It wasn't just my faulty memory. It really actually is a little more powerful with the same 750 watt size hub motor, but this one is a Bafang motor, branded Favoto, I believe. It comes with the Kenda tires on it, little cheaper grade tires, but hey, the bike was, I think, well, now you can get the bike brand new, but it does come with hydraulic brakes. And look at that, an adjustable stem up there. That's what they come with. They come with the adjustable stem. And yeah, the handlebars I'm not real thrilled with. It is a little bit smaller, a little shorter than the Hemiway, and it is a hardtail. But for trails and off-road, for the kind of stuff I ride, surprisingly, I kind of prefer the hardtail. Well, this is Les. We'll chat at you on down the road. We're going to head on back to Belly Acres here in a bit. Hello there. Yeah, we're back again with this fine Favoto. I showed this in the video a long time ago, But look at this, it has a chain stay protector there, and look at this nice fingers width of clearance between the top and the bottom chain. And hey, even when I'm up in gear 1, it isn't rubbing the tire. And these are 26x4 fat tires. Well, here was that throttle thing I was telling you about. Little bit of, look at that, how nice and fine and slow that goes. It modulates up to full speed. And when you let off, clear to the top, it cuts out the power, not the bottom. This one also has an on-off switch for the throttle, so you can turn the throttle off. It's a safety feature, I guess. And of course it has the power cutoffs still on the brake levers. But these are mechanical brakes. Look at this. Kind of neat. And I showed you guys before the mechanical brakes, but here you are. These are mechanical brakes. Right here, the calipers. The biggest difference is the caliper and this cable pull. Myself, I like the cable pull. Some people claim there's more trouble in adjustment and stuff. But hey, the worst you can do is maybe if that cable stretches out. Of course, here is the preload. On the preload side is adjustable, and this one here clicks. It is adjustable, clear to lockout. So that's pretty cool. And it is a fine bike. Actually, just a real good bike, actually. I've had it close to 2 years now. And I've taken it out on several rides, but hey, I got some other full suspension bikes, and truthfully, I prefer this one. Other than, you know, it has a small 14 amp battery. But I do believe the controller is tucked down underneath the battery here. You lift that out, it's inside the case. And a person could, but I'm still waiting. I've still got a couple more months of warranty left on this guy. They do come with a 2-year warranty on them. Well, I got a little bit of time left on the warranty, but I would kind of like to maybe think about boosting it up so I could run 25 amp on the motors. But you'll see here in a bit, this puppy climbs the hill real good. Because I'll go down, I'll turn it on before, just like I did on the Hemingway, to show you that, hey, it pedals up the hill easy. Okay, we're back on Belly Acres here now. And hey, this is Les, as I promised. We're gonna fire up the bike. I put it into pass 4 to go on up this hill. I've done it in the past several times on this bike. Yeah, it has quite a little boost. And I did turn down the pass levels in this guy from the factory. So it's a lot slower than it used to be. But the odd thing is, I have the exact same settings on my other Fearless bike. I will have to try that again. We put her in pass 5 this time. Yeah, it must have been pass 5 I was in, because it's going even faster. But yeah, pass 5 would be about what the other one is in turbo. Here we are, we'll power it down. Same as all of them, you gotta hold that power button for a little bit. Couple of seconds and it goes off. I must gotta admit, the Hemingway feels better, it fits me better. Of course, you can see them here. The Favoto is a little shorter. So for a person my height, I'm 6'4", 235 pounds. And the Hemingway rumbles me right along. It does have better quality tires. It has better quality stuff. And yeah, it should have a derailleur hanger. But it came packaged extremely well. And it comes with the Maxxis, well, better tires. They're Maxxis Minion FBFs. But I showed you these treads before, but look at that tread. It is better. This one has the Kinda Juggernaut on it. And yeah, I have them on another bike too. I've never had any flats in them, but you can see there's a marked difference in tread. And of course these Maxxis tires are thicker. The Hemingway is, in my opinion, better built. The seats on them, the Hemingway seat is pretty doggone comfortable. I don't think I'd swap it out. And you can see the back rack on that is like super good. The Favoto has a rack. It's strong and sturdy too, but you know, hey, I think at the moment they're a little over $800 delivered to your house. And they just have your standard tail light on the back. You know, there's no turn signals or anything like that. This is long before turn signals were there. And that one you can see the seat has a Hemingway on it. And the post might be a little short for me, but for average people, for me, not so much. Pretty much they have the same kickstand, or very similar kickstand. Look at that one, and you look at this one. The Hemingway is just built better. And of course the Hemingway has that fine full suspension. And on the down tube are 4 screw-in sets, so that would be simple. If it were me, I would probably, in the controllers inside this little, there's a plastic cover here that comes off, the controllers in there. I would put in a battery blender and the outlet wrap around outside, or drill a hole and run it through here, and then put the spare battery here. Probably, another 20 amp or so battery, depending on if they come up with a 20 amp replacement. Getting the proper battery size in the down tube on the Hemingway. But yeah, it is what it is. You know, for a legal cruise around bike, you can't beat the Hemingway, or the Favoto for that matter. You can get a new Favoto. They have, the newer ones are the same as this one, except for the brakes. On the newer ones, they have hydraulic brakes. They're still Tektro. They're not as fancy as the Hemingway brakes, but the bike is not as heavy as the Hemingway. I rather like my Favoto. I rode it around quite a bit. Of course, I have the Falcon, which is dual 2K motor, which is, yeah, it's not a legal bike. It's not legal for the roads. But for the mountain roads and things like that, it does super. And it has chain guard, or a derailleur guard, which mine came super bent, but the derailleur and stuff was just fine. And it has an Altus derailleur on it. And it's a little stronger than this one, even though it's the same brand. Even the same model, I believe. But we'll see. Well, here we are from Ellie Acres. We're signing out. We had us a fine bit of run. I'll tag us on the end of the other one so you can see, oh wow, look at that. There's a comparison between the nice fancy new and older, even though it's like a couple years old. That's still in production. This is a new production model. I believe the difference between this one and the Hunter might be the paint, the finish on it, maybe. I don't know. I don't have one. And, you know, we'll see what happens on it. But here we go. See, I've got the front fender and everything on the Favoto and the headlight and all that kind of good stuff. And both of them come with an adjustable stem. And I showed you the adjustable stem on this guy before. But hey, this is where the headlight goes here. And in my opinion, that's just a better spot. It's just better. And I'll probably get a high rise, about a 90 degree, which will give about 3 inches more rise on the handlebar. So then I can adjust the stem down a little bit. So it's not quite so straight. And it might fit me a little better, who knows. But there's plenty of cabling. The nice thing is on this one, there's plenty of cabling.